Hey guys, Flight Girl VSG coming into you with my week 38 post-vertical sleeve gastrectomy VSG post-op update. I had surgery December 5th, 2013 with Dr. J. Jan at Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital. My 2-week pre-op diet, I was started at 301.2. I weighed in day of surgery at 291.8. I weighed in last week at 207.8. I weighed in this morning at 206.6 for a loss this week of 1.2 pounds, for a total loss this since the 2-week pre-op diet of 94.6 pounds. So I'm really excited about it for sure. I really wanted to hit that 95-pound mark today. I will be honest about the weigh-in. I saw 206 even yesterday. And then when I jumped on the scale this morning, it was 206.6. I was like, okay, I'm just going to re-weigh one more time. And then it didn't budge from 207.4. So I'm taking the 206.6 because it came up. So I must have been holding my breath the second time and third and fourth time. I'm not reporting 207.4. I'm reporting 206.6. God damn it. So anyway, so close to 95 pounds, so close to 100, so close to Wonderland. But you know, honestly, I've been really great during the weeks. The weekends have been pretty off track the last 2 weekends, so I'm super proud of the 1.2 pounds, honestly. Like, I've been lifting a lot of weight, I've been doing a lot of exercise, I had a lot to drink this weekend, and a lot the last weekend, the weekend before in Seattle, so I have no complaints. I'm super happy. If I lost a pound a week or a pound and a half a week every week and continued to get stronger, I'd be totally fine with that. It'll get me to where I need to go in the long run, so it's fine. Anyway, I'm coming into right out of the shower. I have no makeup on, just because some days I don't wear makeup. Shocking, I know. And I look super pale. I guess that's because I'm sitting in front of the window. And wet hair, but, you know, it is what it is. It was a late shower day. It's 3:30, taking a little break and getting this done. So, a couple things I wanted to say. I'm almost at 700 subscribers, which is, like, crazy to me. Like, I can't believe that. I will do a giveaway. I'll keep an eye on that over the next week or 2 or 3 or however long it takes to get to 700, and then I will do another giveaway. So, just to announce that. I wanted to say a couple of things. Let's see here. First of all, someone had asked me last week about my Chinese medicine plasters, so I thought I would just share it with you. So I have had in the past, I'll show that to you in a minute. Pre-surgery, I had been going to boot camp for like 2 years, probably about 4 years ago now. So 4 years ago, I started a 2-year stint doing boot camp. And I got fit. I lost about 20 pounds. Well, the weight loss doesn't really matter. The point is I was working out really hard, and I developed heel spurs. And I must have developed them at some other point, but plantar fasciitis is what makes heel spurs hurt. People can have heel spurs, but they don't necessarily hurt unless the muscles around that spur get tight. So, you know, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. Plantar fasciitis causes heel spurs. I didn't really have any plantar fasciitis symptoms. I had isolated pain, but I wouldn't have had pain if I didn't have plantar fasciitis. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So, just to give you like a 2-minute history of this, it completely wrecked my life for like 3 years. I struggled with it throughout boot camp, but I kept going. I just reduced the amount of impact I was doing. But, you know, with my weight going up and down and super fluctuating and eventually getting back up to close to, 300 pounds. I really hovered closer to like 275, 290 most of that time, but it's still a lot of weight to put on not enormous feet, any feet, really. So anyway, I did things like steroid injections. I had several of 2, I think, or 3 in each foot. I got custom-made, very expensive orthotics. I got rid of all of my shoes and bought Merrell's, and I couldn't even wear dance clothes anymore. I can now, I think, but, sorry. I got Merrell's and like Keens, and any shoe, I couldn't wear any shoe that I couldn't put an orthotic in. So all of my Asics, all my workout shoes were like, actually I have it sitting right here, you know, like super, see all that gray? Like that is super, super supportive. These are like $150 shoes. And I take out the insoles and I put in my orthotic. I do that even now to this day. So, I love my Asics though. None of that worked, frankly. I did physical therapy, extensive physical therapy, a lot of money, a lot of time. Then I got referred to an orthopedic person who was doing this new cutting edge thing called PRP injection, which is platelet-rich plasma. And what that did is I would go in to a surgery center, and I only did this once on each foot. I went into the surgery center, they would draw my blood, they would spin it down to the platelets, and then they would inject the platelet-rich plasma into the injury site, like, area. And apparently that is super, like, a lot of antioxidants and supposed to, like, really send, like, healing red blood cells, all that stuff, to that area and cause it to heal. Then I had to wear a boot, like a huge boot, for a month, solid, except for sleeping, on each foot. So I did that on one foot, and then a month later I did on the other foot. So I couldn't do any activity, obviously impact or anything with that. And I didn't feel like it helped. Like 4, 5, 6 months later, it still wasn't better. I still had pain. I was really disappointed because it was like $1,200 a foot. And then I have a naturopath. Oh, by the way, I also tried acupuncture and all sorts of other stuff. But I switched acupuncturists and naturopathic doctors, and she recommended this. It's called 701. I can't even say it, but it's medicated plaster. This is it. I found this on Amazon. It's $19.95, and it comes in a roll. It smells like a menthol, you know, like spice, icy hot or whatever. Anyway, it comes in a roll like this, and you just take it out, and you cut it into pieces a little bit bigger. This is small. A little bit bigger than this. And then you put it on your heel, if you have heel spurs. If you have plantar fasciitis, this would also work. And you would just put it along, you would put it probably lengthwise along the length of your arch, instead of widthwise along the edge of your heel. I've had some pain since I used them for like every night for like 2 weeks. I had no pain, and that was before surgery. That was probably 4 months before I had surgery. And then I was on my, I was really careful not to be on my feet a lot, but I did a lot of walking. I was in Vegas last November, and I did like a 3-week trip to LA, Palm Springs, Phoenix, Jerome, Arizona, and Vegas, Grand Canyon and Vegas. So I was on a 3-week trip, and so I did plenty of walking. I was careful, but I still didn't have any, I was wearing good shoes and stuff. I didn't have any flare-ups. The only thing that's made me flare up is that my intensity of working out now, I have to be really careful about impact. Or if I'm hiking and I don't stretch very well and my calves get tight, I get just a little bit of pain, and I put one of those on at night. I've never had to wear it for more than 2 nights in a row since I started doing it almost a year, like just about a year ago. So I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, obviously. It worked for me. Sometimes the steroid shot's all you need. The PRP injections could work. But if you have plantar fasciitis or heel spurs, and you feel like you've tried everything else, honestly, like, or haven't tried anything, this is a cheap way to start. $20, it lasts, I haven't even bought a second one of these, and this was like a year ago almost. So I still have plenty left. And I've used them a night here and there. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that as something I would recommend if you have foot pain, heel pain. It's really, really, really good. So what else do I want to talk about? I just wanted to say thank you again to Sarah Spoon and Chris Waffle, the Waffleses, for their inviting me to their reception. It was super, super fun. I really, really had a great time. Got to meet a couple new people. Got to meet Sarah, Less of Sarah, which was amazing, and Gooch, and Mamma Mia, and I've already met Losing Weight Kate a couple times and VSG Kirk, but it was really, really fun. And I got to reconnect with someone I had met once before at support group, who's not active on the YouTube, but watches videos and stuff too. So that was really, really fun. And of course, Michelle, who's totally my favorite. And yeah, it was just a really good night. I danced. I felt pretty, I drank a little bit of wine, and you know, they are amazing people, and their family and kids and everybody that I met at the reception was so, so nice. So it was it was a fun weekend. It was super, super fun. I was exhausted. I think I'm still recovering. Like, I think I officially, today was the first day I wasn't tired, in recovery from how little sleep I got between basically Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Like, I didn't treat my body very well this weekend in terms of sleep and caffeine and alcohol and food and things like that. So, the only other two things I was going to say was I'm definitely feeling better. You know, I've had a rough couple weeks a couple weeks ago. I'm definitely feeling more stable. I feel stronger about my relationship. I definitely feel less on the edge of whatever I was feeling before. My hormones are obviously still off because I'm still spotting a lot, most of the month, in fact. But my mood has leveled out for sure. So I feel great, and I'm happy about that. I am struggling with some energy issues towards the afternoon and evenings. And I have my 9-month follow-up post-op doctor's appointments on Tuesday. So I'm going to talk to them about that. I think they're going to tell me to eat more calories, because, you know, I'm getting about 950 to 1,050 a day with food, more if I'm having wine, which I usually try to reserve just for the weekends or a weekend day. But I think they're going to tell me to get closer to 12 because of the intensity I'm working out, which kind of is like, obviously I want to nourish my body and I want to take care of myself. And I bet that if I ate more, I would lose more. I would. But there's that mentality, that weight loss surgery mentality of like 1,200. Well, I went through a phase of eating 1,200 calories and I was starving all the time. I know that that won't be the case now, but I still don't lose weight at 1,200 calories, and I lose weight at 800 or 900 calories. Like, I'm terrified, you know. Hopefully they can dispel some of that for me. I don't really like the psychiatrist frankly. He's nice. I don't feel that I connect with him personally as a therapist. So, but he's the last person of my appointments that I will be meeting with that day, and I hope that I will just be able to talk to him about it. And the only other thing I was going to say is some NSVs, is I can pretty much cross my legs under a table now. Instead of having to lean back and like rest my knee on the table, like the edge of the table. So that's super, super cool. Also this morning I had to take my car into the mechanic. By the way, if I can just spend 1 second bitching for a second, I had to take my car in for a tune-up and a timing belt, and now I need 4 new tires, and now I need a hose and a transmission flush. So by the end of this month, I will have spent, seriously, I'm sick thinking about this, like $2,600 on my car. I'm fucking pissed. Thank God for Visa, because I don't have it. And I have so many things. So it just means that, by the way, for those who are going to some weight loss surgery events other than the cruise and WLFSA, like, I'm not going to be able to do the other stuff. Like, there's just no way. With other trips I have planned this year and next, like, there's just no way. So I'm super bummed. Rant over. But I had to take my car into the shop today, and I was like, well, how am I going to get back home? Well, the mechanic's only a mile away, and so before I would have called my friend who works from home and lives super close, and I would have been like, hey, can you pick me up and give me a ride? Like, even just a few months ago, I would have done that. This morning, I put on my workout clothes because I was going to work out today anyway, put on my tennis shoes, grabbed my protein drink because I already drank my coffee, drank my water, grabbed my protein drink, took my car to the thing, and walked back. Could not believe I did that. I was so excited. It was probably a mile. I did it in about 15 minutes. Yeah. And I didn't even think about it. Like, that's the change in my mentality. Sorry. My feet always fall asleep during this. I'm just going to sit like this. Just like on my side. Okay, there you go. That's the kind of mentality that I did not have as a heavy person. I'm still a heavy person. I'm still fat. I'm still overweight. But, like, as someone who has completely stepped up, and I was active before, honestly, like I was, but as someone who's completely stepped up their game in terms of workouts and has almost 100 less pounds on their body. Like, I do not hesitate to just walk the mile. The weather's beautiful. There's no reason. So that was big for me, honestly. Like, I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's a big deal. And I'm really fucking proud of myself, I've got to admit. I have some news I hope to announce next week. Next week my is going to be my 9-month surgiversary video. It'll be a day early, but I will be leaving for out of town that day, so I won't have a lot of time. So I'll talk more. I hope to have the announcement out on Facebook before then, but definitely I will disclose whether I'm ready to tell it or not, definitely next week. And then I'll talk about measurements. What else am I going to talk about next week? How my 9-month doctor, I'm giving you a little sneak peek, visits go. Hopefully I'll have my blood work back, because I'll be really curious to see like cholesterol and stuff. And then hopefully in the next couple weeks I can give you some vacation updates, because I'm going to the Redwoods and then probably to Medford and Ashland. Medford's not that exciting, but Ashland is. But I also do hope to do a food find video. I have taken it upon myself. This is a big sacrifice, you guys. I'm doing this for you. I've taken it upon myself to buy a whole bunch of non-dairy ice cream and taste it, so that way you will know. I can't eat dairy ice cream. I do sometimes, but it never is good. This is not diet ice cream, but I've bought like coconut milk ice cream, and a couple different coconut milk ice cream brands, and a cashew milk ice cream, which I had eaten one already with my boyfriend, and I should have saved the container, so since I didn't, I spent $8 and bought another one, and we'll have some bites and share my product reviews with you. Super, super fun stuff. But I hope to do that in the next couple weeks too. And I'm just rambling now. So I hope you guys have a super fun and safe and happy holiday weekend. I know I will. I am stuck dog sitting by myself at my boyfriend's parents' house while he's off dog sitting somewhere else. So I'm kind of happy about that. But I'm making the best of it by going to work out on Saturday. I am going to go to the farmer's market local to their area, so that's never bad. And then Sunday, I'm just, you know, the dogs, they have a doggy door. They're going to be fine for a few hours. I'm going to go wine tasting with my best good friend, Howard, and his girlfriend, and we're going to go wine tasting, and I've got my Airbnbers moving out that day, so I'm going to come back here and make sure the room's cleaned up, and I've got the key and everything, and then just go back to Oregon City and hang out. So I'm going to make the most of it. Monday, I'll do an evening workout. I'll be back here by then, and so it'll be good. I'm going to make the most of it. I also got books to read, so it'll be fantastic. Okay, keep it fly out there. See you guys. Bye.